Welcome to a new test and teardown video. This time it's another Brüel and Kjær precision conditioning amplifier type 2650. This one is of course for all their transducer series of different transducers. You can connect the input right here on this tiny little connector they got, and there's of course also an output of this amplifier, so it's like a pre-amplifier filtering unit where you got a low cut and a high cut, and you can select many different ranges of gain. And it says in the manual, well, I don't really have a manual, I have a 2-pager from their catalog. Maybe we should have a look at that in a second, so I can show a little bit about what is the idea about its features. Meanwhile, let's just finish the first view first before we go and check that out. Yeah, I'm really sad I don't have the manual, so if you have the manual for this unit, please contact me so I can have it. IEC connector, finally. So that means this is modern age, right? I really like that instead of all this oldie crap from the pre-70s. And again, they're still using those really annoying connectors as well. And then they're just mixing all sorts of connectors again. Output is BNC, but why isn't that input a BNC as well? Still there, a little crappy connector here. I'm really not happy about that, but BNC is at least okay. Yeah. So here is the 2-pager from the catalog, the Bible of Brüel and Kjær, as they call it. And in this manual, or in this catalog, we only find 2 pages of this type 2650 precision conditioning amplifier, and they briefly show a little bit here about the features. I'm actually just going to show the pictures here from this catalog instead of just reading everything loud to you. So you can just pause this. You don't need to listen to any of my bollocks here. Just read the text here. It says a little bit about the description and input stages, and there's a block diagram about the 4 switches. They call this a conditioning section, and it also shows about the high pass and low pass and the detector and overload detector and all that kind of stuff. And it ends with specifications. And here is something I find a little bit interesting. The input is 5 gigaohm, 10 picofarad. I mean, and they also say about amplifier sensitivity, 0.1 millivolt to 100 millivolts. So that will be the 4 dials, how much they change your sensitivity, right? But the input and the output is rated up to 10 volts. And this is where you have the overload if it's either input or output. So that is definitely something I would like to experiment a little bit with a signal generator and a scope. So now this is all wired up and we're ready to test. First, I'm testing with the internal test source. So there's it's supposed to be 1 kilohertz, but it's actually 987 hertz. I think this is close enough. As you can see here, that works quite well. It really looks like you're turning on and off the. Let's go in normal here. Then you can see the actual. See? Did you see that? Okay, let's go single. The actual turn on. Why didn't that work? is because when I'm clicking this, okay, how nice is that? Yeah, here we go. That was the picture I wanted. So you see power to the oscillator, and then it starts overshooting a little bit, and then it's nice and stable. So they're definitely turning off the entire oscillator to make it silent. So that's great. So then I'm turning around here with the knobs and see that. So this is the filter, right? Obviously this is a 1 kilohertz. So if I open up for the low, then it's overdriving the input stage. But then I can play with the settings here. See? Then it goes. So here is a little bit of weird things. So this is, I think this lamp shows something about the level, right? But all four handle the attenuation or sensitivity or whatever you want to call it, right? But see, if I go over here, it's that. I mean, so those three settings, we have a lamp for that one, and this is not explained in the the catalog page. What is the point with the indication here? Oh, we can't go. But you can see it repeats. And then all four handle level. All that seems to be fine. So this is the internal source. It is just crazy sensitive to a hum. So this is just my cable. Let's try and plug in my cable into a signal generator. Here we go. And then I should be able to crank it up, right? How do I give it? I don't know. I'm not able to get anything, am I? Not a single bit. Why is that? So that is 100 millivolts. Okay, here we go. Aha, now it works. Lower number, more signal. Lower number, more signal. And this is a 5 hertz signal, because this really likes low frequencies. Oh yes, this low cut definitely works. And this is a kilohertz, so this should not be affected. But anyway, this is quite boring. It just proves that this thing can amplify, and it's adjustable sensitivity. I mean, I think it's time to look inside and see what we got, and definitely level indication also seems to be working. That's overload. All right, let's look inside this beautiful unit. I left the power on here so we can see what's going on. Yeah, well, most of it is air. Of course, we got only 2 PCBs in this one, but it looks a lot more modern. This is definitely the power supplies, and that'll be all the amplifier and filters and such. I already saw a few interesting things I would like to show you. Let's look here at the amplifier sections. That one is a homemade 2-in-1 transistor, so they kind of put those two transistors in some sort of epoxy, so they're temperature compensated. So that is quite nice. And I believe the big ones there, that's NTCs, aren't they? So temperature compensation and stuff. Oh yeah, 307 volts DC on that capacitor. At the beginning I thought, ooh, we're talking about massive headroom and whatnot. But that is not the case. This high voltage is only used to drive the indicators. The indicators there are, of course, neon bulbs, and they run off a high voltage. I measured like 50 volts, and that is, of course, when they are lit. They need a much higher ignition voltage of like 80-90 volts, and then there are like series resistors and transistors and such. So I don't know exactly why they want 300 volts. That is a little bit on the crazy side. Also, if you look at the transformer, all the different voltages, it's a 47, 0, 47. That's the positive and negative regulated voltage here. I think it's like plus minus, what was it? I can't remember now. It was 60 or something. It's quite high, the voltage. And then there are lower voltages for all the op amps and stuff. And oh yeah, the 4 pot meters for the sensitivity, yeah, they are exactly as I had an idea about it. Look at that. The wires for all those, they just go to the next one, to the next one, to the next one, and obviously lower and lower values. So yes, that is definitely a 4-digit gain setting, but it's looking quite modern. This design is really, really beautiful. Also, you want to see something funny here about the overload? If I take my hand here, you go directly to overload. Oy, 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 oy. Of course, you got 5 giga ohms of input, so it's gonna pick up everything and turn this into very, very high voltages because it's so sensitive. So what can we use this for today? I honestly don't know, really. Tons of gain, low pass, high pass frequencies. I don't know. It's almost too crazy about the sensitivity. It's in beautiful state now. Of course, I gave this a massive deep clean. I polished the knobs. Look how nice and shiny. This looks like it's almost new, and I think it's from mid-70s or something like that. So it's like 45, maybe even 50 years old. And it's looking brand new. Isn't that just amazing? So somebody took really, really good care about the front. And that is the gain and the frequency ranges. I think those are some capacitors or high precision resistors or something like that. Let's look what it says here. Got to see this. Look at this capacitor. 94 picofarad. Really? And there's another one. Let's see what is written on that one. Okay. 1020 picofarad. And that one is 10,000 picofarad. It looks a little bit like those capacitors. They have been sanded. So I think this is like they're hand trimmed. There's a possibility. It looks very special. But this is really, really beautiful. And the input stages here again. You will get JFETs and Teflon isolation and kind of stuff like that. All the classic good stuff here. There's actually a sticker inside here. Yeah, I believe this is what I wanted to show you guys about this absolutely beautiful Brüel and Kjær unit. Oops, upside down. Terrible.